Hello, welcome to our course Applications of ChatGPT in Data Science. This is fourth lecture. In earlier lectures, we have discussed the two things: how ChatGPT can help in problem identification and how ChatGPT can help in business understanding. In this lecture, we want to discuss this, that is how ChatGPT can help in ETL. Now, ETL actually means extract, transform, and load. Extract the data from whichever is the source. It may be local database, remote database, or it may be obtained by web scraping. Transform the data, convert, for example, users' action into SQL query or something, maybe, and then load the data. Now, I want to discuss this. I have written only 20% of the task can be automated, but that is in current context and that is in current Indian context. Otherwise, I don't want my learners to be unfamiliar with latest trends. So I am discussing this one rare, again technical detail, some advanced ETL concepts. Though this would be a little bit technical, but at least you should be familiar with this. We will not go into this beyond this slide, so don't worry. Yeah. First is that entire ETL can be replaced by certain new concepts in data engineering. There are three concepts. One is the concept of zero ETL. One is the concept of one big table plus large language model. These are independent things, but as is the case often with large language model like ChatGPT, that when they are combined with other technology, then they become very powerful. Another is the data product, selling the entire data product as a container like Docker or maybe something similar concept. However, we will not talk much about these two, zero ETL and containers, because large language model like ChatGPT do not have much role in that, and we want to focus only on uses of ChatGPT here. But this OBT, that is one big table, and LLM, here ChatGPT can have big role. And you will say that you promise not to do technical discussion. So that's why I'm providing only the references. One is this reference which you can visit. That is discussing the concept of zero ETL, this one. But as I said, more important is this OBT or one big table concept, for which this is the reference. One big table is based on the idea of stuffing all the raw data in one table only. And just a little bit, let us try to open this. So a nice blog on towards data science. Here we want to talk about this one big table and large language model. Now I just go through what is important thing in that. Okay. The important thing is that this thing can simplify self-service analytics. I'm going to talk about that, and democratize data. Okay. Currently also there are other mechanisms by which these goals can be achieved, but currently only beyond basic metric fetching, that is basic queries, the end user cannot himself do all the things, and I will tell you why this is important. Now, the idea that everything, all the complexity can be simplified by stuffing all the raw data into one table was put by this fellow, Ben Stencil. Okay. And of course, he has both his opponents and proponents both. But it seems that some data teams are already using OBT strategy. Now, then where does LLM or ChatGPT like models come into picture? They will come into picture here because so far when you use OBT, as I said, the queries were limited to simple queries. If you try to do complex discovery, pattern recognition, then it was too difficult for humans to write suitable queries. And but AI does not care. AI does not care about the complexity. So self-service data analytics that perhaps can be finally delivered. Okay. Now these are some startups who are already working on this, Delphi and Geo.ai. So those who are technically inclined can explore. They can even explore this entire article. It is a gem of an article. Okay, and this is about containers, but we'll not talk as okay. Now, why this thing is important? This thing that is that self-service analytics is important because that this thing, because you know that many organizations are quite cautious about their data traveling to other organization, and particularly through internet. Okay, so one can do this kind of self-service data analytics on users device only. In fact, some are even exploring that today's mobile phones even have sufficiently capable processing processors to do some basic data analytics tasks which are focused on maybe one narrow niche application. Okay. So the data will never leave the end user. Then the whole problem of ensuring its privacy and the whole problem of uh, avoiding the liability for data breach and avoiding and compliance problems of different countries. For example, European Union has very strict compliance rules, and most of the countries have now local data localization laws. Okay, so all those things can be avoided completely, but the risk with this zero ETL technology is that any of these three, they will completely require total revamp of the data infrastructure. Okay, and data scientists will always welcome this kind of ideas, but data engineers sometimes may not like this. So it is going to be an interesting battle, and it will take some time. So currently we are still with SQL and Excel, and don't worry, I am also not going into all these complex things. This was just a rare lecture in which I just wanted to know you. Okay. So that's why I have written only 20% of the task can be automated, because I assume that we are going to use conventional extract transform load for coming time. Okay. So particularly in Indian context, I think SQL, Excel, those things will dominate for a long time, because of the not because we are lacking in technology or intelligence or something, but because the huge changes in the infrastructure, one has to look at the capital requirements also, and one has to look at the whether required skill is available or not, and everything. So cost is often our limitation. That's why let's stick to how ChatGPT can help with our old ETL pipelines.